Pratyasha and I shall be taking grade 8 speech and drama exam. My theme for today is animals and all my pieces will be revolving around the same. But in each of the piece I shall show you a different variety in mood and style. I shall begin with my play. An extract from the play Morning Raga by Mahesh Dattani. I shall be playing the role of an elderly villager, Appa Rao, in conversation with Abhinay, who is a city boy who has come to the village in search of his roots. Abhinay has put up his mother's picture up on the wall with a sandalwood garland around it. He is taking out some of his mother's photographs from the chest. He shuts the chest and places the pictures on the chest one by one. Abhinay switches off the lights and lies down. He tosses a bit. It is dark. He opens the window and lies down with his eyes wide open. The moon appears from behind the cloud. The water body now reflects the palm tree. The moonlight lights up his mother's garlanded photographs. In one of the photographs, his mother holds a Carnatic violin. Abhinay looks at it. He gets up and goes into the other room and has a conversation with his father. Cut to early morning, sitting near the riverside, Appa Rao is in conversation with Abhinay. Abhinay, what are you thinking, huh? I got the noise from your house last night. What were you arguing with your father about? Oh, where is Amma's violin? But why did you wake him in the middle to ask him that? What did he say? He doesn't know. Expected he will answer like that only. He would have said, God only knows. I remember all the things that you gave away and to whom. Right? Only one person knows. And she will tell you. Who is the person? You want to know? Annapurna. Ha ha. I know what you are thinking. Such a small village, and you don't know where a violin went. The whole village will know what you ate for dinner, but they don't know where mother's violin is. Correct? Everybody knows. But we forget. We forget all that we want to forget. I remember all the things that brings you pain. Oh, are you feeling unwell, my mother? I'm talking to your grandson only, not any stranger from the city. Only one person? Do you know where the Carnatic violin came from? France. Many centuries ago, the French people presented their violin to the great king Tipu Sultan. Very proud people. The king then returned it to his musicians because he was very unhappy with the sound. What is this sound? He said, make it sound better. His musicians then returned it to the French and showed them how to use it properly. That is how the Carnatic violin was born. Oh, the sun has come up. Annapurna, Annapurna. She is not feeling well today. Let me leave before the sun comes over her. And you, stop worrying and thinking so much. Here, your aunt has sent some delicious milk. Do grab a bite. It will bring back some fond memories of your mother. Okay? Annapurna, let's leave. Move. I shall now narrate the prose. An extract from My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. Is that the bloody boy again? Bellowed Larry. Look out, they're coming! Screamed Margot. All we need is a book, roared Leslie. Don't panic, hit them with the book. What on the earth is the matter with you all? Mother kept him calling, mopping her glasses. It's that bloody boy! He'll kill a lot of us! Look at the table! Knee dipped in scorpions! Quick, do something! Look out! Stop screeching and get me a book or something. You're worse than the dog. Oh, shut up, Roger. By the grace of God, I wasn't bitten. Look out! There's another one! Quick, do something! Shut up and get me a book for God's sake. But how did the scorpions get on the table, dear? It's that bloody boy! Every matchbox in the house is a death trap. Look out! It's coming towards me! Quick, do something! It's coming towards me! Hit it with a knife! Your knife! Go on, hit it! Since no one had bothered to explain things to him, Roger was under the mistaken impression that the family was being attacked and that it was his duty to defend them. As Rugarajya was the only stranger in the room, he came to the logical conclusion that she must be the responsible party. So, he bit her in the ankle. This did not help matters very much. Well, by the time a certain amount of order had been restored, all the baby scorpions had hidden themselves under various baits and bits of cutlery. After an impatient plea on my part, backed up by mother, Leslie's suggestion that the whole lot be slaughtered was quashed. After the family, still simmering with rage and fright, retired to the drawing room, I spent half an hour rounding up the babies, picking them up with a teaspoon and returning them to the mother's back. Then I took them out and released them on the garden wall. Roger and I spent that evening at the hillside, for I felt it would be prudent to allow the family to have a siesta before seeing them again. I shall now recite the poem The Cow by Roald Dahl. Please listen while I tell you now about the most fantastic cow. Miss Milky Daisy was her name, and when aged 7 months, she came to live with us. She did her best to look the same as the all of the rest. But Daisy, as we could all see, had some kind of deformity. A funny sort of lumpy bump on either side above the rump. Now, not so very long ago, these bumpy lumps began to grow. And 3 or maybe 4 months later, I stood there an enthralled spectator. These bumpy lumps burst wide apart, and out they came and crossed my heart. Of all the wondrous and marvelous things, a pair of gold and silver wings. A cow with wings. Daisy dear, can this be true? She flapped her wings and up she flew. Most gracefully she climbed up high. She fairly whisked across the sky. You should have seen her dive and soak. She even did a loop-the-loop. Of course, almost immediately, her picture was on live TV. And millions came each day to stare at Milky Daisy in the air. They shouted, "Jeepers, creepers! Wow! It really is a flying cow!" They laughed and cheered and clapped and waved. And all of them were well behaved. Except for that one quite horrid man who had travelled from Afghanistan. That fellow standing in the crowd raised up his voice and yelled aloud, "That silly cow! Hey, listen, Daisy, I think you're absolutely crazy." Unfortunately, Daisy heard quite clearly every single word. "My gosh!" she cried. "What an awful cheek! Who's this silly foreign freak?" She dived, and using all her power, she got to 60 miles an hour. "Bomb's gone!" she cried. "Take that!" she said, and dropped a carpet on his head. I shall now answer the reflective questions. Talk about how you choose your pieces for today's performance and how you balance the contrast in mood and style. It is important to use different moods and styles in our pieces to show the skills of a grade 8 student, because once you are on the stage, you don't want to be acting as a character, but you want to be the character. In class, we were given an option to choose our own theme. We also did a lot of activities, and that is how I came to the conclusion to select my theme as animals. Which is why all my pieces are revolving around the same. The poem, The Cow, is a humorous reptiling piece. The play, Morning Raga, is a melancholic story where the boy is in deep stress as he searches for some unanswered questions. The prose, My Family and Other Animals, has a chaotic kind of sound and style, and it was challenging to bring out the different styles of different characters. Question 2. What have you learned about your own strengths and limitations during the preparation for today's performance? Some of my strengths are my acting skills, confidence level, speaking correct English, while on the other hand I have a weakness of not memorizing stuff quickly. But I put all my positivity into the memorizing phase because I wanted to do it. So I did it. Grade 8 is the most important and critical certificate a speech and drama student can have. My teacher always told me that I was really good at acting but not that great at memorizing. So I had to give more time to that part. With the help of my classmates and my teachers, I improvised and improved for today's performance. Question 3. How have you developed your physical and vocal skills during your preparation for today's performance? I have developed my physical skills by being more confident, loosening up my body, giving more time to learning my pieces and my facial expressions. Coming to the vocal skills, I articulated my speech, clarified my diction, and also kept in mind the pitch, pause, and pace. I had to use my body thoroughly throughout the show. Thus, I improvised and developed all my physical and vocal skills to give a technically correct performance. How did you prepare yourself physically and emotionally for a performance program today? Where terms in physical is concerned, one needs one needs to build the stamina and spontaneity by sheer practice. I also did regular breathing exercises and kept myself well hydrated so that I could give my optimum best. And where preparation in emotional and mental is concerned, I made sure that I detach myself from who I am and get completely into the skin of my character. Which is why I learned the nuances of the old villager, how he talked, how he walked, and in all my other pieces, I showed the true emotion of love and empathy that I have towards animals. So, combining